Good morning, this is Greg at the Pocatello National Weather Service office with the Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Thursday, April 25th. It generally should be a quieter day today, at least wind-wise, compared to yesterday and ahead of the high winds expected tomorrow. We have some dry weather as shown by the orange and red colors over Idaho. We will start to see some moisture pull in from the south later on this afternoon and tonight ahead of this system out in the Pacific, which is going to move rapidly east tomorrow. Right now it's dry across the state. You can see some of the moisture well out to the west, and some of that will be working north, as I said, later on today. Looking at the fronts and weather today. Here we see some showers starting to develop again very late this afternoon and evening right along the southern border with Nevada and Utah. Again, I think it will be dry for most of the day. And again, some of this weather showing up will be overnight period tonight. And as we get into tomorrow, should be a very impactful day. We have this really strong cold front pushing east with some showers and thunderstorms ahead of that front and extremely strong winds and drier air behind the front, which will move in tomorrow afternoon. Here we have a high wind watch out, mainly along Interstates 84 and 86, south of Burley, headed towards the Utah border, and along Interstate 86 all the way through Pocatello to Idaho Falls and DuBois. The winds are going to be strong enough where we do think we'll see some blowing dust after it dries out tomorrow afternoon, especially north of Idaho Falls and Interstate 15 potentially. And again, could see blowing dust pick up across much of the region tomorrow. Looking at what we're expecting for wind gusts, again, fairly weak in the morning. We think the winds are really going to pick up in the afternoon. We are starting to see some 30-mile-per-hour gusts along Interstate 84, south of Burley to the Utah line. And then after 12 p.m., we're going to see widespread 35 to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Again, much of it focused in the Snake River Plain. Again, many areas will see gusts over 50 miles per hour with sustained speeds over 30 miles per hour. And as we get after 6 p.m., we expect the 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts to continue all the way through the 10 to 11 p.m. time period before they start to die off. And some of the weather, again, we do expect the blowing dust. This area of Brown, again, Pocatello, along the Interstate 15 corridor to north of Idaho Falls, especially the Roberts area, which is always susceptible to the blowing dust. So we do expect that to be a potential hazard for tomorrow. As we get into Saturday, high pressure moves in, but it will become breezy again, even Saturday afternoon. We're expecting wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour again up the Interstate 15 corridor and U.S. Route 20 towards the INL site. So again, could see a potential blowing dust problem again Saturday afternoon. They're not going to be as strong as Friday, however. But again, you see after 6 p.m. we're showing fairly widespread 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts even late Saturday afternoon. So we're expecting two windy days Friday and Saturday. Thunderstorm-wise, some isolated thunderstorms late this afternoon. Again, in the extreme south near the Nevada and Utah borders is going to be the prime threat today. And as we get into Friday, some thunderstorms expected ahead of the front, mainly east of the Interstate 15 corridor. The eastern highlands will be most susceptible to the thunderstorms ahead of the front tomorrow. It's going to remain fairly warm today. High temperatures remaining upper 60s to around 70 in the Snake River Plain. That's still well above seasonal normals. Mid 50s to mid 60s in the mountains. And Friday, even behind the cold front, not expected to cool off all that much, maybe a few degrees. Highs remaining in the mid to upper 60s, again, still above normal. We are expecting a fairly significant cool down by the time we get to Sunday and into the early to middle portion of next week. And a quick look at the 1 to 2 week outlook for the first week of May. showing a better chance of below normal temperatures in southeast Idaho, and also still a slightly better chance of above normal precipitation as well. So I didn't show any pictures today, but we still have some flooding concerns. We have flood warnings out for the Portneuf River at the Pocatello site and the Bigwood River at the Haley site. We expect minor flooding at those locations as we go into the weekend. Right now, still not expected to reach significant flooding as of yet. And several of the rivers, the Snake River, Blackfoot Rivers, many locations at action stage at bank full and approaching minor flood stage later on through the weekend. So at this point, no major significant flooding, but again, some fairly widespread minor flooding will continue as we go through the weekend. That will conclude today's briefing. If you have any questions, contact the number listed here 24 hours a day, or go to our website listed on the bottom. Thank you very much, and everyone have a nice day.